just a lot of. I always remember hearing and seeing vinyls in the house, just playing jazz and blues all day, and so I think that's kind of where my early development of like, or me just loving music in general. I just
Yeah,
always heard it, and
yeah.
so I don't think anybody sang or like played an instrument, but we had some dancers and folks who was playing music. I think I'm the first, one MC wise for sure.
So when did you like, want to start rapping? You know,
Man, probably when I was about 11,
okay.
and it was kind of around the time I like fell in love with hip hop, and then when it was a different time frame when I fell in love with hip hop, and then when I realized I wanted to do hip hop,
How did
and
you know you fell in love?
ooh man, the first time I heard "Dear Mama" by Tupac,
Oh man,
and
yeah.
like I had been my ear had been getting developed to music, but when I stumbled across that song, that just led me down a rabbit hole. And
Yeah.
it was a powerful record to me at the time because, like I said, some of those situations that I was seeing, and just with my dad not being there, and just me
Mm-hmm.
having a strong relationship with my mom's, that
Mm-hmm.
record really resonated with me.
Man.
And then with Pac, man, it just threw me down a rabbit hole of him, Big,
Yeah.
Nas,
Mm-hmm.
and, it made me appreciate what hip hop was, and just really just fell in love with it.
Man, so them was your influences for sure.
Yeah, early on. Yeah, and then Jay Z came along at least from what I was listening to and seeing, and then he was one of the people that made me feel like I wanted to do it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, man,
And
yeah.
when did you start like trying it out, like writing raps, letting people hear them and stuff?
Well, I started off freestyling, and that's probably why I do as well as I do now freestyle wise. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't pick up a pen until later. Like, my first like memories of rapping, me and my homies were all just freestyle. Like, we'd be like on the corner, we'd
Uh-huh.
be on the bus at school in the hallways. Like, so we was probably like 12, and we just be rapping. And at first, you just telling your story, just rapping about the stuff you see around you, and to get girls. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You like that? I can rap. It's like you got the dudes that's trying to like sing to the girls, and we like,
Yeah.
well, we can't sing, but we got some lyrics.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
it was kind of like that, man. I started just with freestyling. Eventually, I started writing, but shoot, probably the first year or so, I just fell in love with just coming up with words, seeing what could rhyme with what, seeing, if I could rhyme with what my homie said, and we could just keep going back and forth. So I really started off freestyling. I probably didn't start writing until maybe a couple months, a year later, something like that, to like
Mhm.
trying to do both.
Did you like battle and stuff in high school?
I did, man. Yeah, yeah, I definitely did. Like, had
Cause I
early
feel like
influences.
you probably
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
did.
that all came, man. It was like I did a lot of that before I did music. It wasn't too far after, but I was battling all the time. I started with my homies, and then I started battling people for money. Like, I probably had my first battle, and I was probably like 14.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was definitely battling through high school. I was the kid at the lunch table, in the hallways, you know what I'm saying, battling anywhere I could, just, putting my 10,000 hours in, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was definitely attached to the battle aspect of it.
So
Yeah.
what made you want to start like taking it serious?
Man, I think as my passion kind of grew for it,
Mm-hmm.
as I realized that I was kind of just, but like I was really honing my skill.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking something that was just a fun thing for me, and it started to become something I really enjoyed and something I had seen other rappers and people on TV can make a living out of. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was in this group. Uh, I was in a couple groups, but this main group I was in when I was like 15, 16. Um, it was like five of us at the time, and we, like I said, we was all rapping to get girls and everything, and just kind of doing stuff. And then I was like, man, I really kind of want to do this thing. I think when I was about like 17, I was like, man, I think this may be something I really want to like pursue. I think I can do a show maybe, you know what I'm saying? Get some
Mm-hmm.
people to kind of, see me. So that's probably around 17, 18 is when I really was like, I want to do this thing.
Okay, okay. And how you decide on the name Riley B?
Well, oh shit. No, so Riley B was a transition name. It came a few names later. So when you said, I started out battle rapping.
Yeah.
And so my battle rap name, I had a battle rap name at first, which was like my whole name. My name was Analogy. silly now, but that was my first like like name like because I was just all into the battle rap stuff,
Yeah, okay.
and then I made a transition.
That's not that bad,
Yeah,
man.
you want to, yeah. And so I ended up changing it because I felt like as I started to make music, I felt like that name was more catered towards like super lyricist, battle rap only stuff. But I had a love for so many other elements of hip hop, so I changed it to Riley B. And it kind of came about because I was thinking about family at the time, and it was a name that I kind of wanted to name my son or daughter if I had one at the time. And so when I was thinking about it, I just landed on it. I was like, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to take this name on as my rap name because it sounded more universal at the time.
Gotcha.
And so I just kind of stuck with it since then.